Because as the big view fully flowers, what reveals itself ultimately is, I always have a difficulty when I speak about it because the words are so limiting. I would just call it the all. What the big view shows is the all, that everything and everybody is but an expression of something that's universal, the all. Right? The all is, however, if I had heard someone say to me the all 20 years ago, 25 years ago, I would have started immediately thinking in abstract, spiritual, mystical terms. Do you know, like, that's what the all is. And the all, actually, it's not something that's abstract. It's not even mystical. It's actually the most evident reality that we simply have become used to dividing life up into bits. And we started that very young. The first thing we all learned to divide into bits was you. You were the first thing you separated out from everything else in the universe. And you did it with your name. When you understood that your name applied to the confines of your skin and bones, you did something that you did the impossible. You separated yourself out from the whole universe. You could throw in God just for good measure as well. Do you know? As soon as you got that, not as soon as you got the name, because when you first got the name, you had no idea what your parents were talking about, And eventually you simply responded, but you still didn't know what the name meant. A 6-month-old infant will respond to the name because they know it usually means something, they're going to get fed or they're going to whatever. But still, there's no identification with that name. But as you get older, by the time you're somewhere between year and a half and 2.5 years old, all of a sudden the name means the person I look and see in the mirror. That's me. And what feels empowering, what initially comes off as very empowering, later you start to feel that it's also extraordinarily isolating, alienating. Because in a certain sense, as soon as you believed in this arbitrary drawing of boundaries, you literally drew a boundary around your body, separated it from the world, as if you could. You can't, actually. But you sure can convince yourself you can. And as soon as you do that and then name it and then think, this is me, you've alienated yourself from the rest of life. You've alienated yourself from every person you meet. And then, of course, you will seek to become close again because the alienation doesn't feel good. You'll want to become close to life. Usually we do that through the ways we engage in our romantic lives. Sometimes in our intellectual lives we can have intellectual buddies, friends, maybe even intellectual lovers in a certain sense. But there's draw towards closeness and intimacy. It's a way of trying to heal that alienation. What's problematic is because then we feel alienated, because we've believed that we are defined by the contours of our skin. We want to get close, but also getting close is always somewhat threatening to the contours of our skin, right? Physically threatening. If not physically, then emotionally threatening, psychologically. Everything has a potential to hurt. Potential. So you want to be close, but you want to be defended. That's the human predicament.